Well, this is third time also that this piece is making it into the lathe. It's a compound segmented bowl. I did these stapes, this compound segmented bowl almost a year ago. And this piece has been in my shed ever since. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I started turning it. Well, I blew out the bottom on this base that's here. Yesterday, I was out here making the segmented jig again, sled, and I decided I was making a little test ring, just a test ring, out of nothing but balsa wood, very soft wood. It was an 8 segment ring. Well, so is this. And the top of this, I had made up a mahogany ring for it, and last time I put it on, that I was working it again, well, this ring had a split over here. And as I was turning, well, it blew out again, what I thought was a catch, and it did this thing on it. But I'm not so sure it was a catch. I think it was when it blew out and it came off axis, it grabbed on my piece over there. When that blew out, I was just working this ring. Well, I decided, since I made that poplar ring yesterday, not poplar, balsa wood, and it actually looks pretty nice, 8 segments. Well, I decided I might as well play with it and see if I can finish this off. Also, will give me a little bit of a chance to try out my new hurricane gouge. So I'm going to go in here lightly and make some cuts and see if I can screw this up and see if it can come out to anything. Lay the set at 1000 RPMs. Yeah, well, the bowl gouge gives me some nice cuts. I gotta go a little deeper here. I'll probably end up losing it again. But either way, I can't have the slip over here, so I'm gonna try that. Almost there on this area right here. I got a little under 1/4 of an inch in thickness there. This split that's here is still showing up. I still got that little line over there. Gonna add a touch of CA glue to it just so I don't lose it. It's thin CA. And apparently I still have to take out a little bit more on this bottom transition. And I am so thin there. I'm I'm afraid I'm going to lose it over here again. Now I got a little bit of wobble on this because this has been set up so many times, but a little bit more in this area right here. Well, I seem to like the tool. Seems to do a nice job, actually, a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. When I first started sharpening it up, I thought maybe the steel was going to be a little bit more mild than I thought it would be, but it's actually not bad. I'm going to take off a little bit more here, but I'm going to go from take it off from this ring and not so much on the one that's made out of the segment. Well, this bowl was not meant to be, for sure. That is crazy. That scared me. I should have left it alone when it was giving me all those problems. I should have not bothered with this again. But being me, I am stubborn. But this is not a tool to be battling with or to be trying to prove a point at any time. Again, this is a bowl that I started a while back. Today might not be a good day for me because when a mishap happens early on, it usually isn't a good indication that I should leave things alone. Now I'm going to use my other tool rest over here. Let's slow this down. And again. I might have my new favorite tool. This tool seems to be handling pretty well. But I'm gonna have to get used to this tool. Don't know how to handle it very well yet. Not getting quite as clean of cuts as I normally do. I'm trying different methods over here, but I haven't quite found it yet. It will take a little while. I think I need to balance up the front a little bit so I can actually get this balanced off where it's not going to give me this bounce all around. This tool, it's something I made up. It's made out of a cold steel chisel that I had around, 1/2 inch. What I did is I ground it up somewhat like a fingernail grind. Same idea that I used on my bowl gouges, except this one I do it freehand when I do it. And I created a small flat spot over here. The way I use this, I treat this exactly the same way I do a bowl gouge. I go in there and I find my bevel and I ride the bevel, and it works very well. It's very rigid, strong tool that I feel very confident that when I'm using it, I have good stability with it. I use it this way quite a bit, and it also makes an awesome scraper. So, and I get some really fine shavings off that. The what I want to create with this bowl, and that's and the shape is there, the thickness is there. It's got a lot of wood cracks. It's got all kinds of imperfections going through here. It's got wormholes going kind throughout the piece. So, you know, I'm not too crazy about the piece, but the wood grain, well, the wood grain that I get out of the eucalyptus has been really amazing pieces of wood. So I'm going to sand it down to start off with. Well, for what it's worth, another eucalyptus bowl. It's full of holes, but that's what it is. But I gotta tell you, the wood grain is really beautiful, and this has a nice smooth finish, but again, not a high gloss. It's consistent. It looks pretty good. It's got a pretty nice design to it. And considering this started off as something that was just cut on with the chainsaw, and it still had natural edge on two ends, and it was off square and all that stuff, and I actually turned it to that way and then decided to bring it to my table saw and squared it off. And I gotta say, it's not too bad considering. But the fact that the pit ran right through this area right here makes it really interesting, and the light really plays with this. It really highlights this. The bottom, I wanted to create this flat part of it. I wanted to create the wings going up to there, but I didn't want a gradual, just concave on this bottom. I really wanted to have it play with the light a little bit as you looked at it, and create different effects. So it did. It did a nice job in doing that. I really like the way these markings reflect off over there. Wish this wasn't all here, all these holes, but it's part of its character. Well, anyway, a eucalyptus bowl. And I said I was going to be playing was with the table saw, but I had this piece over here that had been in the shed, kind of underfoot for a long period of time, and I've had it underneath my my lathe, underneath the table for quite some time, and every once in a while, you know, it would be one of those pieces that would fall over and startle me a little bit when it would happen, because it would make a noise, and of course it would only fall because of vibration. So anyway, it's not going to be falling anymore. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you. I'll see you soon.